Assalamualaikum and good day. I'm Izul Husamuddin bin Halikul, Waterfall Incorporated's acting project manager. Today, our company will be pitching our project, Train the Trainees, train the teachers to use available Waterfall apps for teaching and learning. Next slide, please. Before carrying on with our presentation, allow me to introduce the people involved in this project. Myself as the project manager, Kamarul bin Buang as the training curriculum developer, Muhammad Aizuddin Ashraf bin Azman as the trainer, our accountant Herman Ranting and Joseph, and Muhammad Wahyu Fitri bin Zakaria, our IT specialist. In our presentation, we'll be covering three agendas, which are the introduction, which I'll be covering later on, project revision document, and implementation and project closure plan. As for the introduction, the Waterfall Apps Training Project awarded to Waterfall Incorporated by the Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia KPM aims to empower 100 secondary school teachers in Kota Kedondong with the knowledge and skills to effectively utilize Waterfall apps for teaching and learning. This project represents a critical step in modernizing education delivery and empowering educators with digital tools to enhance their teaching methods. So that is all from me, and I'll pass on this presentation to our next presenter.
Hello, I'm Kamarul Buang. The project revision document, schedule project creation, budget comparison, and risk identification and management. For schedule comparison, the number one, stakeholder gatherings, acquiring resources, and preliminary plannings. From our original timeline, we should did it in 10 days, which is from 20 October to 30 October. Training session, 6 days, 29 October until 3 October. Ongoing support and project overview, 29 October until 6 November. But in our revised timeline, for the first one, we did it in 9 days instead of 10. For the training session, we did it in 5 days instead of 6 days. And for the ongoing support and project overview, we did it for 8 days instead of 9 days. Next one.
My name is Hermes Jeranding Anna Joseph. I'm the accountant which in charge of the project finance and guaranteeing financial integrity throughout the duration of the project. Here we have the budget comparison for our project, which is Waterfall Apps training for 100 secondary school teachers in Kota Konondong. Our organization has been awarded 100K from KPM and have been given 6-month duration for the project to finish and release. There are 5 things or items that were needed for the budget, which is personnel, technologies, facilities, others, and contingency. The first one, personnel, which were for the budget of the people working behind the scene. For the original budget, it cost totally about 100,000 ringgit, while revised budget was 7,000 ringgit. Next, we have technologies, which we needed equipment or software for the apps development. The original budget was 15,000 ringgit, while revised budget was 13,000 ringgit. Then we have facilities or venue for our apps development and also for our teacher training places. For the budget, we have 10,000 ringgit, which we estimated what needed. We also include other things into budget needs, which is training materials, travels and accommodation, and evaluation tools. And the original budget costs 20,000 ringgit, while revised budget is 15,000 ringgit. Lastly, we have budget for contingency funds for our risk management, and its original budget is 13,000 ringgit, while revised budget is 15,000 ringgit. So for the original budget, total cost 75,000 ringgit, and our revised budget is 60,000 ringgit.
Okay, I am Muhammad Azidur Ashraf and I am the trainer in the Waterfall Incorporator. Okay, so I will talk about risk identification and management. There are five phases, and the first one is initiation, whereby the risk in this phase is stakeholder misalignment, whereby the person who in charge for this risk is project manager. Okay, what is stakeholder misalignment? Stakeholder misalignment is a chance that stakeholder will not be in agreement with the project objective, which could cause miscommunication and conflict when the project is being carried out. Okay, how we want to prevent it is first, we organize frequent stakeholder meeting. Second, we create and preserve open lines of communication. And we also can create a plan for engaging stakeholders so that everyone is informed and involved. Okay, so for the second phase is planning. The risk in this phase is resource constraint, and the one who took the responsibility for this risk is training curriculum developer. What does resource constraint mean is the possibility that project requirement won't be met by the available resource, such as human, financial, or technologies. And we can prevent it by keep an eye on the distribution of resources, anticipate possible resources, and create a resource management strategy. Okay, so for the third phase is execution, and the risk is technical challenge. And the one responsibility is IT specialist or technical support. Technical challenge is potentially complex technology issue that could come up during the implementation stage, and we can prevent it by regularly perform technical evaluation, create a backup plan, or make sure the group has the tool and training if needed to get beyond technical obstacle. Okay, so for the phase four is monitoring and controlling, and the risk is scope creep, and the one who took responsibility is project manager. Scope creep is the possibility of unplanned modification to the project scope, and we can prevent it by assess and approve changes to the scope, establish a strict change control procedure, review and evaluate the project scope, and make it clear how changes in scope will affect the project budget and schedule. And for the last phase is closing, and the rest is incomplete documentation. And the one responsibility is training curriculum developer. And incomplete documentation means the possibility of lacking true documentation upon project completion. And we can prevent it by establish a throughout documentation procedure. During the course of the project, evaluate and update documentation on a regular basis. And the last one is before project conclusion, truly evaluate all documentation to make sure it is accurate and complete. Okay, that's all for me. I will pass it to Wayu.
Um, I'm Muhammad Fitri bin Zakaria, and I'm the IT specialist for Waterfall project. Next slide. I will be talking about conversion strategy that we've chosen. So we have chosen phase as our conversion strategy. Uh, for phase, the client's current system will be switched over to the new application system using the conversion technique. This technique entails keeping the current system in place while progressively introducing the new one in the in stages until the entire transition is finished. So basically, in phase strategy, uh, whenever the current system is done, we will just move on to the next one, but the current system will be there till the entire transition is also done with their time. So next slide. So why we have chosen phase as our uh, strategy. So the first reason is risk mitigation. By implementing changes gradually, the chance of systemic failure is decreased. Problem that occurs during one stage can be resolved without having an effect on the entire company. So basically, by using phase, uh, any failure that happen that occur in the system can be managed without having any trouble for the whole uh, other system. For the second one is for user familiarization. Familiarization. By gradually acclimating to the new system, user can minimize disruption to their regularity. So this is trying to say that we could uh, use uh, this strategy to help user to get used of the system. And for the final one is constant feedback, which enable constant evaluation and modification at every stages, uh, guaranteeing the finished solution complies with user requirement. So uh, with Face, we can uh, be more satisfied with the every stages. So that's all for me. I will give it back to Kamal.
Okay, the reason for not choosing other strategies is one is for direct cutover. It is dangerous since there could be major difficulties during the initial shift. This may affect our overall performance. In the event of occupancy problems, it may result in operational outage and difficulties. Meanwhile, for parallel side, this requires a lot of resources because it operates two systems at once. This may be expensive and complicated, and in this case, it might not offer many advantages over the phase method.
Here we have the project closure checklist. Task number one, confirm completion of all deliverables. Responsibility managed by the project manager. The second task, document and archive project files. Responsibility held by the training curriculum developer. Task number three, conduct a final project team meeting, which was managed by the project manager. The fourth task, hand over documentation to support, which was managed by the IT specialist or technical support. The fifth one, obtain client sign off on deliverable, which was managed by the project manager itself too. The sixth task, complete financial closure, which held responsibility by the accountant itself. Evaluate next, they lastly evaluate and document lesson learned, which was held responsibility by the entire project team.
Okay, so for the last part for our presentation is discussion of MOV evaluation, or the MOV here is measurable organization value. Okay, so for the first one is improvement in teaching method, and we can evaluate it by survey and feedback from teacher and student. So for the second one is enhance engagement and interaction, and we can evaluate it by usage statistic, survey, and direct feedback. For the third one is proficiency in app utilization, and we can evaluate it by training completion rates and user assessment. Therefore, the fourth one is overall academic performance, and we can evaluate it by academic performance metric in target school. And for the last one is establishment of sustainable framework, and we also can evaluate it by follow-up assessment and continuous improvement initiative. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Well, that was our project, Train the Trainers. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to our presentation. And we all from Waterfall Incorporated hope you have a wonderful day.